eyes, I slept through the day. Slept through the day, feeling uneasy, I push it away. Push it away. Last night was fun, don't feel like today. Feel like today, let's do it again, let's go on a date. Cause tonight I'm gonna take you out and live.
What my sound preferences are. I like bass. And if it can have quantity and quality, I'm rocking it. Especially mid bass. I like the slam over the sub bass rumble. I like my mids super clean. Not a big fan of overly colored, overly thick, overly warm mids. Not a big fan of that. And highs that are very sweet and seem to be able to keep up without ever being overbearing or in your face. So
Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming. Might be the gin that's gone to my head. Gone to my head. Feeling so busy, don't want this to end. Want this to end. Live in the moment, I just wanna dance. Just wanna dance. Pull up my card and swipe it again. Cause tonight I'm gonna take you out and live the dream that we've been talking about. So we can dine and spend my ball on I wanna celebrate and have some fun tonight. I wanna show you all the lavish things in life. So raise your toast for all the good times that we'll have. It'll be like the movies, be like the movies. Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming. Rich people dreaming. I wanna celebrate and have some fun tonight. I wanna show you all the lavish things in life. So raise a toast for all the good times that we'll have. It'll be like the movies, be like the movies. Rich people dreaming. 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 Rich people dreaming.
hello, another one for you. This is on the interesting one, Elysian Acoustical Labs Effect Audio Gaea. A friend reached out to me. There it is. I got nicer pictures. Asked me if I wanted to borrow it, and yes, of course I do. And I wanted to hear another Elysian Acoustics. I have the Pilgrim. So straight up off the bat, I tell you that this one is definitely not for me. And I'll explain why. So it's $1,299. What I find interesting in the boutique these kinds of companies is they do feel the free license to experiment with some tunings, and sometimes it really works and sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes people absolutely love these kinds of tunings to smithereens, the weird ones. And this is one of them. I'll pull up a graph a little bit later and you'll see what I mean. It has one Foster dynamic driver. That's about as much information as I can get. And 4 Sonyan balanced armatures, which I like very much. I'm not sure what series. And again, I couldn't find that information. And because this is a collaboration with Effect Audio, the cable is beautiful and stunning. This blue and kind of silvery dark gray is nice. They've done everything. Like if you're doing a collaboration, and this is my point about certain things, go full hog. So the shells, the faceplates match the sliders, right? Can you see that? They match the plug. So it's all very, very well themed and well done. Did they match up this cable with this IM? I probably. It's a bit different tuning. The whole tuning, and I was reading about the thought and the process and the tuning that went behind this. It was like kind of female vocal centric. I am niche tuning, tuned both from Elysian and Effect Audio. So the collaboration there. Let's talk about this sound. Bass is clean. It does extend low. It is sub-bass focused again. And it does have decent texture. This driver inside is very, very nice. I do like it. It does have great texture and thump. It does sound like that big ported woofer sound. And it has decent punch. But it won't win any awards for speed and attack, that's for sure. And that translates down to its part of its how it's tuned, right? Can keep up to the bass wise, can keep up to most of the tracks. But here's where I'm going to pull up a graph here and I'll show you where the mid energy does overpower the bass for a lot of songs. And it has a couple steps north of neutral in the mids. When it hits 1,000, it's boom, it's a vertical climb, and then that consistent shelf over, right? The bass shelf has about a plus 7 dB that I measured, and the pin gain has about a plus 10 dB. So there's definitely more energy up top in the upper mids and treble over the bass. So mids are super clean down below with the scooped out mid bass, and that's not my favorite tuning. So, but that makes, and that's why some of these companies do that. They try to make some cleaner sounding vocals and instrumental, but I think it misses the mark on the tonal weight when it comes to not just vocals, but piano, cello, kick drums, missing something. The steep rise in the pin gain from 1,000 hertz to really 2K, that's where it really climbs up, and lots of energy, about 5K, and before it really falls off. And lends itself to a kind of a amazing vocal experience for female vocals. So just as advertised, it does that. It's such a niche tuning, though. Treble, on the other side, when I was interested in listening to the Gaea, everyone talks about the amazing Elysian acoustics treble, and I think it is very good. It's there. It's wonderfully detailed. It's extended without a sense of being overdone or overcooked. But again, it kind of being a little bit masked by those upper mids. So it's a different tuning. I mean, it's not a mid-centric IM. It's just different. To give you some sound impressions via tracks, how about The Carnival of the Animals by Tina Gauss and cello, right? So here there's lots of strings and her cello, and this is the interesting part about this tuning. So it's wow strings on the Gaea, simply incredible, so clean, lively, and detailed. But the cello, with the lower octaves, the lower notes, really gets drowned out. You really can't hear it. It gets pushed to the background. So yes, while strings are fantastic, detailed, clean, and super articulate, the cello, which is the star of her and the show, does get washed out. So that was an interesting observation. Disenchanted, My Chemical Romance. I'm going all over the place. That's me, right? Here the mids are the star of the show, and then some. A bit too much for me, really. Too forward, too thin, not enough bass to carry the tune. And so anything over lower volumes gets shouty and borderline sibilant for me. And yes, this is one of these sets that cause me ear ringing. I can only listen to this thing in short bursts. The Crush of Love, and the Speed of Light. So Joe Satriani. I was trying to listen to this. How does this thing articulate 6-string guitars? And while Joe's 6-string certainly sings with the Gaea and sounds lovely, it has me wishing for more bass, and more importantly, mid bass, to give this track some better attack down below. And that's what it was missing. So great on one side, but not on the other. So, and that was kind of the overall theme of the Gaea for me. Waste by Stained. Bass. Here's just not enough in the right places for rock music. Upper mids get pushed out front. Sound is a bit too thin for my tastes. Minor Chant by Jimmy Smith. Wow, here though. Trumpet. Cymbal crashes are standout. Another one of these, that Jimmy's Hammond organ. That's what he plays. And I know because I've listened to him live and all of his albums 1,000 times. It's just too recessed for a chill jazz session. The tuning is off for jazz. So I would consider the Gaea as not an all-rounder, more of a very niche tuning. Be great for string lovers, be great for people who prefer a leaner, cleaner presentation of vocals, mostly of the female persuasion. The Gaea is certainly a wonderful IM. And it hits the intended tuning effect, so I'm not knocking it too much. This is the tuning they went for, achieved, 100%, goal, bang. So bravo there. When it comes to genres, reggae, rap, I'm going to go with a no. EDM, definitely no. Rock, no. Jazz, no. Strings, yes. Percussion, no. Female vocals, yes. That's 2 out of a bunch. So, WTF do I know? Miley Cyrus. If this song does not have you headbanging along to her vocals and puts a big smile on your face, then overall I don't mind the elevated upper mids and treble. I prefer, though, a more balanced presentation with a quicker bottom end. That's my preferences, and in short bursts only. The Elysian Pilgrim, for instance, the other one that I do own, is really more my speed out of the 2. Does it have the specialness of what the Gaea was going for? No, it's more kind of mainstream, and that's what they were going for in that particular IM. So one thing I will note, though, that this cable and this IM uses Pentacon. If you're not familiar with what Pentacon is, it is like an MMCX done correctly. It is the absolute best termination that I know of. It is absolutely fantastic. I wish every IM had it. A couple things I'm going to point out about the Gaea too. So they make their nozzles really short, and if they would make their nozzles a bit longer, they would fit more people and you'd get better sound impression. So the second thing is that nozzle is ridiculously thick, too thick. It doesn't need to be that thick. And it makes so that you have to change your ear tips to one smaller size. And it's not a great nozzle. They could have done a whole lot better job with that. So this is a $1,300 IM, so I am coming down on it a little bit because these are some of the things that should be done better, in my opinion. Even the shell is just really a basic kind of generic resin shell. It's not anything too special, and it's quite thick for what you think it is for 1 DD and 4 BAs. One thing I also did read about is that you can see I'll show you a picture of that there's 2 venting, and that's because Elysian Acoustics is doing some special dealio with the venting, so you get no driver flex, no ear pressure. So bravo there. So the yin and yang, right? But overall, $1,299, in my opinion, is a huge chunk of change for a very niche tuning. And I thank you to my friend Seekin for the loaner. It was a good listen and experience something different. Like I said, though, it's not for me. And if you end up picking this thing up and love it, this is what hopefully I can translate to what you might expect. So there's no surprises for your $1,300, right? This is Tone Deaf Monk. I'm going to go radio silent for just a little bit while I finish my At Full Performer 7, which I've been on and off for a few weeks now. I want to get that one right. And I've got an EPZ 530 that I'm falling hard for as well. So I'm taking my time on those two. I've got many notes, and I just want to get them right. Thank you so much. Thank you for your love and support on the channel as well. Really greatly appreciate it. Stone Deaf Monk, I'm out for now. Kilo's going to eat more turkey.